Hello guys, what's up? Bine ați revenit la mine pe canal. My name is Menicucci and today I'm doing part 2 of Romanian language.
Să moară familia mea, eu sunt Dragan Constantin.
Yes guys, guess what? I did the first video. I didn't study so much, I was more talking about my feeling about the Romanian language, and a lot of people commented, I got a lot of suggestions, a lot of smart people helped me, so I'm gonna leave all the credits in the end of the video, leave also the comments here, so stay tuned, like, subscribe, and let's start the Romanian language video. Guys, stay until the end, so you're gonna find out the words that sound like Portuguese, but are totally different meaning. And these are my worst friends here in the Romanian language. So Romanian language is a language mainly spoken in Romania and Moldova. Even if the constitution of Moldova says that their official language is Moldovan, Romanian and Moldovan are pretty much the same language with different accents. Just like Portuguese from Brazil and Portuguese from Portugal, or English from England and English from the US. So it's similar, very much similar, but not exactly the same.
Ce v-a plăcut mai tare? Ce ați reușit să vedeți?
Mai tare ne-a plăcut că suntem la Chișinău și suntem pe teritoria unei vieți, în vieți care cu arme.
Before Romania was even Romania, here was called Dacia. And the people that were living here obviously were the Dacians. And we don't have a lot of information about the language that they were speaking. And we have very little documents about this language. It was not a written language, so yeah, people lost with the time. Nowadays, their Dacian words are mainly like city names, food names, something that remained from that time. For example, Pelendava, it's thought that Deva could mean city, but we are not sure of anything when we are talking about Dacian, right? Also, Branza, they say it's a word that comes from Dacian. So yeah, some little things remain, but mainly the language was unfortunately extinct. Even before the 19th century, Romanian had influences from many other languages. Some very notable examples in the Romanian language that are used even nowadays are the following. Kartof, that is potato in Romania, comes from Kartoffel in German, bere in Romanian, beer in German, șurub in Romanian, Schraube, which means screw in German. Then we have some Greek influences. Listen here. In Romanian, buzunar, in Greek, buzunara, pocket. In Romanian, prospet, in Greek, prosfatos, that means fresh. You have portocale in Romanian and portocalia in Greek. Then we have Hungarian. Akeltui in Romanian. Akeltui. And in Hungary is kolteni, that's to spend. Then you have in Romanian afagadui, and in Hungary is fogadni, to promise. Then we have amantui, that is menteni in Hungary, that is to save. And the famous oraș in Romania and varos in Hungarian. That means city, that I mentioned in the last video and everyone told me oraș. We also have cetate in Romanian, and I noted it. So the Turkish influences are papuk or papuch in Romanian, and pabuk in Turkish, and is slipper. Then you have ciorba in Romanian, ciorba, soup. And you have bakshish and bakshish, that means tip. And also we have some words that were imported from the Romani language and that now are slangs in the Romanian language. That we have mișto, that means good. Mișto means cool. Gagica, that means girl or girlfriend. And ahali, to devour. Și eu halesc cu shawarma. So guys, let's go to the similarities with the Latin, because there are many, as everyone pointed, and I couldn't say. So guys, sorry one more time to saying that Romanian sounded like Russian. Now I learned that it doesn't, and I'm gonna show you why. So the plurals in Romanian, they are similar, much more similar to Latin than the plurals in Portuguese, for example. The plurals in Romanian are done with a vowel, with an I or with an E. And in Latin, it's the same. Also in Romanian, we change the end of the word depending in which is the meaning or which is the place of that word in the phrase. So if we say like Julia's book, in Portuguese would be o livro da Giulia. In Italian would be il libro di Giulia. But in Romanian, as in Latin, I believe, you guys changed my name. My mother gave me such a beautiful name, but you'd say Carte Juliei. Guys, my name is Julia, okay? I'm not taking this Juliei. No, I'm joking. Cartea Juliei. Cartea Juliei. Cartea Juliei. I accept it. So let's move on. Romanian has been indicated in the linguist Mario Pei's study of 1949 to be 23.5% distant from Latin. But let's see the other languages. Sardinian is only 8% distant from Latin, which means that Sardinian is almost Latin. Then we have Italian, only 12% different from Latin, which is like very close. Then comes Spanish, 20% distant from Latin. And then Romanian, with 23.5% distant from Latin. And then it comes Occitan, that is like a language spoken in a little place in French, with 25% distant from Latin. In France. And then Portuguese and French. Portuguese with 31% distant from Latin, and French with 44% distant from Latin.
C'est une réunion de Roumains. C'est réunion de Roumains à toutes les Roumains. Transylvanie.
Deci ăștia de la PNCCD.
Se pogni una acum. Hai sector, du-te.
Which means that, surprisingly, Romanian is closer to Latin than Portuguese is. So I'm sorry for my comments. Maybe Portuguese sound like Russian.
Brasilia champion! Россия! Охуенно, братан! Охуенно!
And here we have some Romanian words that came directly from Latin. Let's go through them. Om means human, comes from Latin homo. Muiere means wife, even though I think this word is not being used anymore. In Latin is mulher. Fiu in Romanian comes from Latin filius. Popor, folk, comes from Latin populus. Many words have not only changed how they look and how they sound, but they changed slightly the meaning as well. For example, barbat. Barbat comes from Latin barbatus, and it means beard, a man with a beard. And it means in Romanian nowadays man, you know, so the meaning of the word was changed, but the root was still Latin. We also have femeie, that means woman, and actually it comes from familia in the Latin. It's like the people belonging to a household. That's what femeie actually meant. What I think that makes Romanian look very different from us, even if it's not that different, is some words finish in a way that don't look very Romance language-ish, you know, like ul, il, ui, lor, and things like this. We don't put these things in the words and make such long words, you know? Another thing that I think makes Romanian look very scary for us is the accents or the different letters that you have, like that A with a little hat, the A with the hat in the other way, the E, and many others that you guys probably have seen in Romanian already. So even if we have like some different accents in Portuguese, when we see like that S with a tail, we are like, you know? When I arrived here in Romania in Erasmus with my best friend from Italy, we arrived here and Romanian sounded very much like blah 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 she, blah 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 she, blah 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 she. And I was like, guys, what does she mean? It must be something very important. And then I found out that she was just and, which is very different, you know, because in Portuguese is I, in Italian is e, in Spanish is I, and you know, come a Brazilian here and like she. I was like, bro, you love shit. Just to make Romanian even harder for us to learn, there are some words that sound exactly like Portuguese. Sometimes it's written even the same, but the meaning is totally different and can cause a lot of confusion and misunderstanding. We have in Portuguese frigideira, that means like frying pan where you fry your egg. In Romanian, frigider means fridge, so not the same. Also we have toba. In Portuguese, you know, it's not a very good thing to say, it's but. In Romanian is a food made out of, I don't know, pork parts like heart, ear, and etc. You can see the picture here in the screen. We have colher in Portuguese and colher in Romanian. In Portuguese it means spoon, in Romanian it means necklace, right? Colher. In Portuguese we have massa, that means pasta, and in Romanian massa means table. We have in Romanian pé, that is like on, is just on, and in Portuguese pé is foot. And we have perna in Romanian, that means pillow, and perna in Portuguese, that means legs. So no sense. And we have alma in Portuguese, that is soul, and inima in Romanian, that is heart. So very different as well. And that's all, guys. That's all. I talked a lot. I hope I gave some used information.
Communication failure.
I hope you guys liked. I am not the owner of the truth, so if I said something wrong, please correct me. And that's it. Like, subscribe, comment, see the first video about the Romanian language, and see you later. See you in the next video. Bye. And if you didn't see the last video, that was me reacting to Romanian rap, Subcarpații, Hilaphonic, and many other Romanian dope rappers, just click here and you're gonna find the video. And let me know what you think.